Welcome back to The Road Show. This morning in the buzz, recently we told you about the loophole that allowed underage girls to strip at local gentlemen's clubs. Well, since then, 10 strip clubs have signed a pledge saying that they will not knowingly employ anyone younger than age 18. But that isn't the first time that a loophole has gained Rhode Island some national attention. The state is well known to allow indoor prostitution, and lawmakers are attempting to change that law, but now a group of 50 professors from across the country and really around the world have penned a letter to Rhode Island lawmakers imploring them, get this, not to ban indoor prostitution. I mean, basically, this letter argues that the state's current policy of treating indoor and outdoor prostitution differently, they say, is a sensible practice. I mean, this is really interesting to me. What do you guys think of that?
Well, I want to know why they are so concerned.
Well, first of all, part of the reason they say that indoor and outdoor prostitution is different is that they say indoor prostitutes, there tends to be a lower level of STDs. The women who get involved in indoor prostitution are older, more educated. They are less likely to be abused. They're less likely to abuse drugs and that sort of thing.
Man, though, that's just interesting. I don't know. I mean, it's in Nevada, it's only legal in the Pahrump area, which is way out of Vegas. It's not legal in Vegas. So this is, in America, the biggest prostitution, biggest metro area for it to be allowed.
Yeah.
It's just weird to me. It gives me the weird.
Well, here's the thing. I don't understand how they're making the correlation that, that being a prostitute indoors leads to these women being more educated and that sort of thing. I mean, if you tell these women they have to be outdoors, then all of a sudden, I mean, what changes? If you're choosing to enter into that lifestyle, I mean, wouldn't some women who are more educated say, well, I'm not just going to turn tricks on the streets and I'm not going to do it at all, or?
Some of my problem is, and I'll get in trouble for this, but I'll say it anyway. I just have a problem sometimes with people in academia. I think they live in a different world than the rest of us live.
Sometimes.
And I'm not sure that this isn't the same case. We studied this one, we studied that one, and therefore we came to this conclusion based upon this 8 criteria, and that's not the real world.
Right, and not only that, but it seems to me like they're extricating the mores and values of our society. The reason that we have some of these laws in place is they're reflective of how we as a society feel. And I think for the most part, we as a society feel that prostitution isn't a positive thing it shouldn't be welcomed.
And so where do you put them? I mean, my neighbor, if he wants to have indoor prostitution, is he allowed to have that? And I have to live next to that?
Right, exactly.
Well,
that's the other thing.
Who designates where it goes?
There's no zoning law.
That's a prostitution zone.
No, but it's true.
It's
true.
True.
Because in Pahrump, that is a prostitution zone, and so that means that you shouldn't buy real estate around that area if you don't want these
unseemly characters. And if you do, guess what's going to happen to your real estate?
Exactly.
Devil's advocate, though, one of the first professions in the world was prostitution.
Yeah, but that's
it will continue even if it's illegal.
It's always been out of desperation.
Right.
I think the better track to take is to try to get some of these women, educate them, and give them some sort of trade or something that they can go out and get a real job with instead of having to use their body to finance themselves.
Yeah, and I just want to add one other thing. A lot of times these women are not doing this on their own choice. A lot of them are sex slaves, and there's an organization called Love 146 that helps get women out of sex trafficking because it's a huge problem. And it means that people are bringing human beings into our state to use them as sex slaves, and that is abhorrent. Courtney, I just want to throw it over to you because certainly an interesting topic. I mean, this is what a number of professors, some well-educated people from around the world are saying that we should do. What are people saying on the live blog?
Okay, they just got started here, but our friends on Facebook, actually, we have about 6 comments so far, so I do want to jump to that first, if we can do that. And this one is from Jean, and she says, why not? And Ashley says, I have to disagree. I think all prostitution should be banned because what message are we sending to today's youth? Adam Blessing says government has no business telling people what to do in their own homes. And Mary said it should be legal as long as they're over 18 and are capable of understanding the effects of what they're doing, and shut the door is what she said. If you all want to weigh in on our poll here on FoxProvidence.com, we're asking, should indoor prostitution be legal in Rhode Rhode Island. Choices are A, yes, it's safer than working outside, or B, no, the loophole should be closed. So you guys can weigh in there, jump on the live blog or on Facebook. Anyway, we can hopefully share some of your comments at the end of the show. But we're going to head into the kitchen with Vince. What's happening?